Hi everyone, Alistair Davies here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in today. Today's lesson is all about center of mass versus center of pressure. The importance of trying to get them kind of married up to make sure you can push off the ground effectively to control the ball, but also maximize your power and distance for sure. So if you are new to the channel, please consider following and subscribing. Got some really cool stuff coming up. I'd love to have you on board. I post 3 videos a week on a variety of subjects, and I'd love to have you on board to watch the videos so I can help you in your golf and hopefully make you enjoy your golf a little bit more. Keep watching to learn this lesson on pressure and center of gravity and pushing off the ground and how they're important to match up. So today we're looking at pressure and center of gravity, and I'm going to try and put it across as simply as I possibly can. If you imagine I lean to one side or just push my foot to one side like this, I'm putting pressure into that foot. Now if I move my center of mass over here, that is different to where my pressure is. I can move my mass here and still push down on my left foot. What I want to talk to you about today is the downswing particularly. Ideally we've got a perfect backswing, let's imagine that. So on the downswing, if I put pressure into my lead side, but my mass moves away from my lead side, and this will stay where it is, there's a disparity between my center of mass and the lead foot. Now, if my center of mass is back here and I try and push, I'm not going to push the pressure on and through the ball. Impossible. If my center of mass moves more with my pressure, so it's more matched up, I can then push forward and up and put pressure in the right area of the golf swing. That's essentially the message I want to get home from today. So how do we do that? Again, I'm not going to get into the cause of why you might not be in the right place to start with. That's a whole different topic. But what I want to look at is as we start down, if we make sure this lead shoulder kind of goes back to where it came from, the gap between the knee and the lead shoulder doesn't widen too sharply. It is going to widen a little bit. But ideal world, the left knee will be starting to extend, or the left leg will be starting to extend, and the left shoulder will be working up around the corner as well. But if you imagine you're trying to squeeze that gap a little bit, so in transition, separate, the sternum moves back, the knees separate a little bit, so there's no real straightening of the legs at the moment. The right leg is regaining its flex here. The left leg is kind of staying where it is, but rotating. Now as we go to push off the ground, if our center of mass is more or less on top of the ball, we then can push forward and push up and rotate through the golf ball. If I'm way back here with right side bend, yes, it's going to help me shallow that club, but my low point is going to be way behind the ball. And when I try and push, where my speed is going to be way behind the golf ball. So it's not going to be efficient. So we're really trying to feel that we get that squeeze with our left side for a right-handed golfer, our lead side. So I'd like you to make a practice swing, go to the top, squeeze as you center, hit the ground and push. Squeeze and push. That's the motto. Ideally we're pushing down and pushing off. But if we can squeeze, and the levels, I really like the analogy of the levels of the hip, the shoulder. Yes, they are going to widen, but we don't want a huge wide. Squeeze, then widen. And that's why I want you to feel as much as you can with this video. If we feel your head's always going back, and your sternum's going back, and your shoulders are going back, then whack a stick in the ground against your head. So that'll give you some feedback and work away from the stick. I'll possibly show you a clip of that as well, just to give you that drill. Let's hit one, and let's try and squeeze. Definitely felt I squeezed. I probably could have had a bit more push up. But I definitely had the squeeze. Let's see if I can get a squeeze and a push up. That'd be ideal. Better, but I'd need to certainly work on that feel a little bit more to get that ingrained into my golf swing naturally. Key is to have 1 or 2 thoughts max, 1 backswing, 1 through swing. That'd be your maximum you would have. Let's get stuck into the other drill. Okay, so this will be the second kind of drill idea. I've got a bit of bamboo in the house brick here. But you could use an alignment rod into a golf bag. I haven't got my golf bag. You could use wooden dowel into the ground. You could have it into a drilled angle 2x4, whatever on the floor. It doesn't really matter. This will give me some feedback. So we want to set up with this Just give yourself a couple of centimeters or so outside your head. And then we want to be able to hit golf balls without our head working back and hitting that. If you nudge it in the backswing, which I did then, not the end of the world. Your head can move about an inch in the backswing, max for me. I'd like it to be centered. My head just nudged it in the backswing. My head moved more than I wanted to. So, something for me to work on for sure. But what it is ensuring is I don't right side bend too much in the downswing, and I don't leave my body too much this side in the downswing. We do want forward bend as we recenter this weight, turning as we center the weight even more, move the pressure even more, for sure. I just don't want a huge disparity between the two, just to be clear in that, because I have done other videos talking about forward bending as we start down. The key is, as always, feeding what you need. So feeding what you need is working on the things you need to change your golf swing rather than working on the ideal movements that could suit any man and a dog, but might not be any good for you because you might do them already consciously. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. A simple look on matching up the center of pressure and the center of gravity to allow you to get better push off the ground, better control on your low point, better contacts, and play better golf. If you have, please click like and share the video. Really appreciate if you do that. Also, if you have any requests or questions, please post them down below. I'd love to get back to you as soon as I can. Also, if you haven't followed me already, please hit my logo down this bottom corner, join me on my journey, and let me help you improve your golf. So thank you for tuning in today. More importantly, stay safe everyone, and see you soon.